So we're still in week 6 of our precious metal event, and that's going to be going on till this Thursday. And for those of you who were able to actually log on to the Ubisoft servers this weekend, you also were able to take advantage of the double XP weekend. I know there were a lot of problems. Some people couldn't get on. It was just weird. Who knows why? I kind of know why. I've got some answers for you. There's also a bunch of reasons as to why they may have extended this until this Thursday. What's going on? You know there's rumors. You know there's speculation. I'm going to bring it to you. I'm Darkstrider, the YouTube Assassin. Let's get our Doom Eternal on. So this weekend was actually kind of crazy. They gave us another week for these challenges for the precious metal events. Now, a lot of people were obviously complaining because they had completed it already. And this event, not only did they give us a week 6 challenge set, they also gave us a double XP weekend. A lot of people were having problems logging in. I was checking out some of the server news. Basically what was going on was it was something going across all of Ubisoft servers. It wasn't just Doom Eternal. You couldn't get on a lot of games, and if you were lucky to and you were able to complete all these challenges, once you were done and you logged out or you came back or you even went to check on the challenges, you were logged out again. It was like really weird. No idea why that was going on. No idea what they were doing. They were having problems across all servers, though, all games, Fallout 76, all kinds of stuff. I saw complaints everywhere. Anyway, if you were able to get on and do these challenges, I didn't complete any of the things for the Xbox One. So I was starting from scratch. I was starting from level 1. And with the XP weekend, not only did I get to level 15, but I completed and unlocked all of the extras, like all of MC Paint, different forms and backgrounds and stuff. So it was really wild doing that. Now, one of the things that we're seeing is that these challenges were given to us. They're going to give us a brand new update. And update 2, so far, it just looks like it has to do with battle mode. It looks like there's a new map for battle mode coming out called Torment, and it's arriving in Update 2. They aren't giving us any other details as to what's going on with Update 2. It says that it sends the Slayer and Demon team down perilous halls adorned with overgrown foliage and cryptic markings. Now, why would they be giving us something like that? Kind of weird, right? Well, some people are speculating that this map is going to coincide with the rumor that the first DLC is going to be released at the same time. Now, Doom has not given us any official word as to when they're going to release the DLC, but they have given us a couple of details as to what's going on. So, ID Software released a couple of screenshots for Doom Eternal's DLC campaign, and they showed kind of like 2 different areas, and it almost looks kind of like an angelic kind of area. And the little blurb that they give with it is according to what they're listing. It says there's victory over Hell's army saved humanity, but it came at a cost. An imbalance of power in the heavens requires the true ruler of this universe to rise and set things right. You must now wage war across never-before-seen realms, fight against new demons, and wield new abilities in your never-ending battle against the forces of evil. So, that sounds pretty wild. That sounds almost like we're fighting some kind of like god character, which is pretty wild. Now, where else can we get ideas that point to that? I'll show you right now. You find out a little more lore about the game and the characters and whatnot. So, for instance, if we go to the Codex and we look over here, the story of the Makers, you find out a lot of different things. Like Urdak, which is the homeworld of the Makers, they give a whole synopsis of how, number one, the word Urdak is common tongue in the Maker language, and it's translated into paradise or heaven in hundreds of different languages. And there's also a lot of detail where, because they look so angelic, that there are similarities that are drawn across multiple pan-galactic religions, showing that their influence has been in, religion for millions upon millions of years. All types of mortals have kind of considered them like angels, or maybe point to them as angels, or they're the basis for angels. They even have characters called Maker Angels. Now, on top of that, there's also a character called the Father, who's supposed to be an alien entity that kind of split his essence and created the Makers, or he split his essence and created Urdak, and Urdak is what birthed the Makers. And if you read these things here, it really goes into like a lot of different things about like kind of like the Maker religion and the Maker history and what they do. They aren't indestructible. They can live almost infinite lives, but at some point they live like a normal lifespan, which to them is probably like, like a century or more, something like that. And then what happens is that they start degrading, their bodies start breaking down, and then they have to go into like a sort of sleep in which they're regenerated, and that's supposed to be through this quote unquote father. Okay? The essence of the Father was stolen by one of their own, by a Maker referred to as the Seraphim. Who the Seraphim is or what he did with the Father's consciousness is unknown. And that's one of the things that, this is a basis for. Like, it gets like really crazy as to, who stole the Father, who did what. Now, we know that there's a scene in this game where the Slayer comes across somebody that sounds like Samuel, and he speaks. He's wearing a robe. He puts him in some kind of like case, tells him he's going to give him something. Samuel may be the Seraphim, and the Father's consciousness may be Vega, or it may be something that he put into the Slayer himself. Who knows? There's like so many different things that is going on. If you just read this text, it's absolutely amazing. Even what, and like her abilities and what's going on. Like you see here, every 10,000 years, the collective Maker consciousness known as the Singularity births a Khan Maker, a supreme being destiny bound to lead all of Urdak until the next Khan is born. Now, without the Father, she's got all kinds of like, problems like mentally and stuff like that, trying to, keep her race going and everything. It gets really wild. So, of course, we destroyed her. There is no next Khan Maker. Not yet. We don't know what's going on. And then they go into like the Maker Angels, and, they're like regular angels, like a whole bunch of them, and just the way that they look, it's considered almost angelic. It's pretty wild. And then, of course, the Khan Maker has those big wings when we're battling her and whatnot. So there's like a lot of things going on. We have the story of the Makers. You've got the demons. You've got even the story of hell. And it explains all kinds of things, how the Hell Priests came about. Each one of the Hell Priests individually, creatures that you fight along the way and whatnot. So there's going to be a lot of crazy things. And in order to get to Urdak, we went through Necroval. So I don't know how we're going to do it in the second one if we are going back to Urdak. It's a wild thing is that on top of all this, on top of us, having all this speculation about, what the next DLC is going to be, we also have, as you could see on my bar on the above right, we still have a whole bunch of like abilities and coins and things that we could use. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to use that in the DLC because they even say that we're going to have new abilities and whatnot. I hope to see new weapons. They said we're definitely going to have new demons and whatnot that we're going to fight. So maybe they're considering the Maker's demons. Maybe they're going to give us some new Makers to fight. Maybe we're going to actually fight the Maker Angels or something like that. Who knows? There's like a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people are speculating that this is why we're having this update too, because they're prepping us for the actual DLC. Now, do I think that the DLC is going to come out this Thursday? Possibly. Usually they give us a heads up and they're like, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to drop this DLC on you at this time. This is what's going on. So that's why I say possibly. It's not definite. They may not drop it. They may just like really give us like a really hardcore update and then give us the very next event, starting with the week 1 challenges. You never know though. We might be surprised. We might come into Thursday and we might see all kinds, whole bunch of different things. That's what everybody's speculating. It's entirely possible. I just gave you a synopsis of what the DLC is going to be and what we may be looking at. If we're not looking at that, the other side of the coin is that they're giving us extra DLC and it's going to be the remnants of hell are coming to take over. And they're trying to usurp the throne. They're trying to take down the Slayer and whatnot. That's going to be pretty wild. Or maybe we even get a story that gives us both sides of that coin, where we see Hell's version and Erdak's version. That would be even cool. I can't wait just to see what new enemies, and I really do hope that it's new enemies. I really don't hope that they're just going to like reskin any of these things and, like just make it look harder or weirder or anything like that. I would really love to see brand new demons. And not only would I love to see brand new demons, I would love to see brand new demons that we can also use in battle mode. That would be cool. I think that would be absolutely amazing and a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens. What do you think? Do you think that the DLC is coming this weekend? Do you think they just got lazy and they were preparing the update and, that's all that's going to be happening? Or do you think that there's something more? Do you think that there's a couple of surprises that they may be dropping on us come this Thursday? Or do you think that it was just kind of like a distraction technique? Maybe they were working on the DLC, but they were just preparing certain things for it. They weren't actually working it out for us for this week, but possibly in the next month or so. Let me know that in the comments below. Also, how did you feel about having week 6 challenges? Do you feel like we should have week 6 challenges with all events? Or do you feel like 4 is enough? Let me know that in the comments below as well. Other than that, I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Until the next one, be good and take care.